Hi, this is Tom and Heather from Shadowfields.
Hi.
This is Mitts Monday in the studio.
Monday in the studio. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and please click on that notification bell so you can be connected with us anytime we go live. Take a minute and let us know, what are you going to be for Halloween? I'm always a gypsy. How about you? Doctor?
I don't know if I'll even answer the door. By the time I get home, it's pretty much dark and
Do you think
it might
people would be
over.
scared of you?
I think they are now.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us what is your favorite, Halloween outfit, because it's going to be 26 degrees tomorrow night.
Dave, are you gonna do the whole Gene Simmons thing? Is that what you're gonna do? Are you gonna go all out on that?
With the little shorts?
No, Gene Simmons Kiss. The makeup from Kiss. There's not little shorts. Maybe you're thinking of Angus Young.
Oh no, who's the guy in the 1980s who did all the aerobics or whatever?
Richard Simmons?
Yeah, because you said Simmons, right? So yeah, that's what I was thinking
Richard
about.
Simmons, Gene Simmons. Maybe those aren't quite the same thing.
All right.
Hey, Becky.
So anybody who's joining us, let us know.
Type in what you're going to be.
They're going to be, or what's your favorite Halloween costume? Yeah. So I was a gypsy at last Thursday. I was Madame Goulage, but it was kind of like goulash, and I kept in character the entire time. Was that impressive?
People were very impressed with that.
Were you impressed?
No,
I didn't think so. I was so exhausted when I came home, though. You're talking about probably 3.5 hours of being in character. But I had a red wig on. I have this little mole here, if anyone's ever seen that. And so what I do is I make it really big, and I tell people if they're going to stare at it, they have to pay.
I'm just glad that you take. I think next year you'll be doing what are those gummy bears, sticking them on your face is
that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I bet you can, or a pirate or a
steampunk.
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
Have you ever seen the movies Mad Max?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Are those on their big run to try to find something?
No.
Like a buried treasure?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's kind of mechanical, steam-driven things.
Okay.
But it's all very edgy and
not like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang at all.
Nothing like that at all.
All right. Well, I have no idea, but be careful.
Tonight
Becky.
when we get finished with this, we're gonna watch Mad Max. Should we watch Thunderdome or the? I think we want to watch the first one because you got to get into the character.
All right.
And you would like that because that was Mel Gibson. That was his first start.
Oh, it was. So when we go out on a trip again, and we can stay up at Gary's, that'll be the movie.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've watched really silly stuff.
Oh, we've watched very important movies.
Yeah, that's the whole idea, is that they believe that I should learn about all of these fringy.
You're very sheltered.
Fringy films.
They aren't fringy. They're mainstream films. You just haven't seen a lot of mainstream films.
Oh my gosh.
Would you say Spinal Tap is fringe or mainstream?
I never saw that before.
It's mainstream. How about Caddyshack? Fringe, mainstream, very much mainstream.
I've seen Caddyshack before.
Only with us.
No. I saw Caddyshack. I've even seen Tommy.
You saw the movie Tommy?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my...
Hi, Tony. Not here at Queen. Oh, now I'm here.
All right, so Thunderdome or...
Oh, that's right. Queen is in town tonight.
Oh, okay.
Queen with Adam Lambert.
Okay. So are you telling me that I was upstaging doing that show?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I haven't seen anybody say, all right, Becky is going to be a pirate.
Yeah.
And Steve's going to be a steampunk.
Yeah, but I don't know what Shirley and Dave and Tony.
If Tony will even say.
I don't know. I'm sure he didn't have.
I was offended. I was offended because when we were at the open mic, and people asked Tony what he was, and he just had like this long gray hair wig. He said, "I'm Tom in 10 years." What is that? That was
I
like,
don't know. It's
that hurt.
actually
It
good.
hurt. It hurt right here.
It did.
It hurt right
We
here.
had a costume contest, and Tony didn't go up to be.
Imagine that.
He could have won a prize.
He just wanted to wear
Had he
that
acted up.
long enough to get his point across.
Yeah, and Kurt walked in as the Pope.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is he came in like an hour and 45 minutes
The Pope's always
later. And so he walked in like he was floating through Pollyanna.
late. Maybe he felt that way.
Anyway.
Did you have too much to drink?
Me? No.
Mm.
Or, okay, Steve doesn't need a costume because he's too scary. she
4
says.
minutes to showtime. Wow.
All right. He's signing off. Thanks
All
for
right.
joining
Have a great
us,
time, Tony.
Bye. All right. So we wanted to talk tonight about, we just had a show.
We
And
just
that
had a
was
show this last Saturday night.
yeah. And how'd you think it went?
I thought it went well. Comparatively how it started,
Mm-hmm.
it was a little dicey at first, trying to figure out when we got there, and I talked with them. I said, "Where'd you like us?" And they said, "Over here." I'm like, "We're not going to fit." "What do you mean we?" I'm like, "Well, the band." "Well, how many are in the band?" And that's when I said, "Well, there's 15 of us."
No, you didn't.
Including the dancers. I said that.
Yeah.
And I said, 15? I said, "No, there's
Poor
just,
Rosario.
I know. I said, there's really just 5 of us,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of instruments for 5 people."
Right. Right.
And so it took a while to work that out, where we're going to be. And we finally got a place.
Mm-hmm.
You picked out an area of the room, and it
I was
came
being
up.
creative, wasn't I?
You were.
Yes, I was being creative.
And we were able to get it all set up, and it looked good.
Yeah. And I didn't play the piano.
No,
So
it was
I
one
was
of
able
those
to
things
do
where
my solid gold dancing.
normally, without the piano, I'd cut drums too.
It went well.
But it went well.
It actually wasn't. It wasn't super loud,
No, not at all.
so that was kind of fun. But what did you think sounded the best? Maybe you guys know the song that you'll say.
I don't know.
What did you say to all of us? Was it? I guess Tony
I think
Skaruk, who's
Tony said that he thought that "Carry You" from the newest album.
Yeah,
He thought that was the tightest one.
yeah. Do all of you know "Carry You"?
It's a good song.
It's a really, really good song. Lots of great messages in it. I liked "When the World Was Young." I was not a star. I'm never a star, Becky. I mean, everyone's a star but me. Everybody.
You
I'm
were a
not a
star 'cause
star.
you didn't have to. You just got to be yourself. Just you should have seen. She went out and got a new wardrobe for this.
I'm telling you, I've never really worn bell bottoms before. That was so fun. I just went on Amazon and said, hey, I want these things.
Listen,
They were like the bell.
they were huge. You know how big they were? You know how big they are?
No,
I found illegal aliens in them, in the bells.
Oh yeah.
They're that
You're
big.
so funny.
Hiding people in there.
Yes. Oh, Becky, I love you. Yeah. So bell bottoms, that was kind of fun.
They were huge.
Yeah.
And I
had so
remembered-
much fun.
Back in the 70s, I had them.
You did?
Oh, I had gigantic bells.
Oh, so you were jealous. You were jealous. Ah, see, I can see that.
My
He was
typical
jealous of the
attire
bell-bottoms.
back in the 70s was bell bottoms,
Mm-hmm.
a light gray t-shirt,
Yep.
and a flannel.
Oh.
I was grunge before grunge came around, except for the bells. So it was kind of like late hippie kind
Flannel
of things. like-
with bell bottoms? Flannel.
yeah.
That's like a Land's End mistake.
No.
Oh, you know what I
You-
mean?
you weren't really with it at that point in time.
Thank you.
You were more of an 80s
Thank
girl.
you.
I was a 70s
No, I
guy.
think I was in the 70s.
No, you weren't.
Elephant bells. Yes. But anyway, I thought the song that the song that I liked the best, I guess because it was kind of quiet. Everybody got quiet. It became very much a listening room. Was When the World Was Young. I mean, that's like a true blue one. It's so beautiful. Has a 6/8 feel to it. It's just, it's got that wonderful, kind of a dancing feel to it. And yeah, I thought it went really, really well.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
I probably enjoyed that one the most.
Yeah.
I think that is always one of the hardest ones for me, just because you have to have perfect breath control, and to be able to sing it properly.
In the right, the pitches,
Yeah.
because of your,
It's the pitches.
yeah, it's the pitches. It's not in your normal range, right? It's usually, it's kind of in the middle.
A lot of it covers over my break area, and so
Yeah.
you're trying just to hit it just right. You don't want to push too much, because then it becomes edgy, or you're in a break in your voice. But you don't want it to be too light, because then people can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So my break is on is A and B. So I don't know where your break is.
Well, yeah,
Mine
because you're
is
an alto.
Yeah. And I mean, I kind of have to push a little bit more and then get it right up. I've worked on it. What I've heard recently is that the best thing to do to improve your voice is to stretch it beyond where it goes. So Is that
not what I do? Is that not what I always?
Oh, but I do it carefully.
Oh, well,
you just push through it, like, here's his voice. Like, I do a gentle kind of.
No, but when I'm doing my warm-ups.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be critical.
My warm-ups are always, obviously alone in a car when I'm driving to a gig or whatever. And it's, ooh, and go above my range.
No, you don't do that. Yeah,
no,
that's my favorite.
My lips will get loose.
Yeah.
What if they fell off? So I would, I'd do that, and I'd work on scales and intervals, so I can hear intervals and make sure I jump cleanly between intervals.
Yeah.
And I work on that, but it's mostly, when you first start off, you're it's kind of rusty a bit, It's kind of like if you're going to go for a run, you can't start off full tilt.
Oh, I do.
But you want to get up full tilt, you want to warm up your muscles,
right.
So when you're in it, you can do it. And so that's kind of what I do.
Cool. Yeah. Well, so this past Saturday was our last outdoor concert. And how many gigs have we had?
Last outdoor concert, unless we travel south.
Yes, true.
If we were back in Georgia or something like that again, then
there's going to be a huge sweep. I think Becky and Steve, there's supposed to be potential for freezing tonight. So,
no, not
yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Really?
Elizabeth went out, my daughter, to get salt from Home Depot because it's raining and now it's going to freeze.
Oh, because I was hearing that this whole week was going to be really nice, like 60s and 70s in Nashville.
Well, apparently not tonight.
Okay.
Probably
here,
time,
not so much. I think the high today was 39 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really cold, and it's really cold now. And I think we're supposed to have
snow.
I
think we're supposed to get snow.
All
right. Yeah. So we've had about 15 shows, maybe more, from May until this past week. And, it's been super fun. I think it's allowed us to be really, really tight. Yes, I am coming. I'm going to fly to Myrtle Beach on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. You'll be out there.
I will. I'll be seeing Laura go fish.
No, I could come out there for a show, but you'd have to pay for my ticket to get out there.
No.
Not going to happen.
This is girls time.
I know.
Every once in a while, you got to do that, with girlfriends and just hang out.
But girls can't go to the washroom by themselves either. So, it's always like groups.
I have to go to the bathroom by getting on a plane, going to see Laura, and then I'll be able to go. I'm going that far.
That's some problems. That's
how, I'm kind of a gritty person. But anyway, what'd you think of this year? And
it was great. Like? After so many years, because of COVID, just being totally down, the year before, so 2023 was good. 2022, not so great.
Right.
2020 it started off good, and then by March everything was done.
Yeah, that was our North Carolina and
we came,
Georgia.
We
and
came
West
back,
Virginia.
and Gary was sick,
really
and probably had COVID.
Yeah,
one of the first cases in Illinois, And then 2021 was dead. There's
Yeah.
no shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we didn't really do much besides, well, we wrote the album in 2020 and
Yep.
2021.
Yep.
And we got
It's our
stuff out.
COVID album. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really proud of that album, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's some of the best work I think that we've
But
ever done.
You always when you talk with an artist and you ask them, well, what's your favorite album?
Mm-hmm.
Almost every artist will say, the one I just put out.
Or the one I haven't written yet.
Well, it could be that one.
Yeah.
But, out of what's available,
Mm-hmm.
I'd always say the one that just came out, because that's the
Right.
one you're most excited about. That one's that it's the most in tune with you,
Mm-hmm.
even though I know guys in the band that like Tapestry of Shadows
Right.
as
yeah.
that's their favorite.
Yeah.
Because it's probably more edgy and more rocking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Yeah. So we did 15 shows, probably traveled, about 3,000 miles?
Yeah, between 22 to 3,000 miles.
Yeah. It's just been a really, really fun year. And I'm expecting that it's going to be a bigger year next year. So
I'm hoping so.
yeah.
But we don't want to end this year. We're not saying
Yeah,
this
we
year
have a
is
private
over.
show. We've got a private show coming up.
Private show in a couple weeks.
Sephora.
What's that? Oh.
Why, Becky, why are you saying Sephora? You'll have to tell me why. I don't know that. I don't know if there's something in the Carolinas. Well, I know Sephora is a makeup kind of thing, but I didn't know if she was telling me I needed better makeup or just.
I think if everybody said, hey, that pasty white guy next to you, you can do some makeup.
I don't think you're pasty. You're looking very Irish tonight. Yeah. So what we wanted to do is to kind of walk through kind of last night's or 2 nights ago concert and talk through this year a bit. I think the shows that we liked really the most were the ones that were really comfortable, like the ones that we had with the house concert that we had. That was so much fun up in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
We just did it kind of a lake.
That was something.
Yeah. I didn't say Sephora. But I usually use I go to Ulta. Yeah, that's my main.
Okay, back to music.
Yeah, so what was a couple places that you really enjoyed?
Well, I always love seeing people that we know.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Nashville was fun just to get a chance to hang with Steve and Becky and a few other people. And you always meet a few people on the road as well.
Right.
And it's nice to play locally every once in a while.
Right.
We don't do that often, maybe 3-4 times a year is about all we play locally.
Yeah. And we got to return to Sawmill Brewing Company, which we're such great fans of. For those of you who are up in Wisconsin way, Merrill, Merrill, Wisconsin. It's a small little community. It's got great Gill coffee shops and Sawmill Brewing Company.
And good Mexican food too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had, and that was a food truck. That was kind of like our very first time that we'd had a food truck when Sawmill Brewing Company years ago when they opened. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And we hadn't really seen a lot of food trucks around here, but they're now, it's a burgeoning industry.
It is, because there's a lot more microbreweries and they don't have food.
Yep,
they're not going to do the kitchen thing.
Yep.
So it's bringing your own food. And if they have a catering truck, what a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
A catering truck shows up. Now everybody's got food and now they got drinks.
Do you all have favorite food trucks? I don't know if you have those, like Laura, if you have any in Myrtle Beach area. I'm sure you do. Anybody that has anything, let us know.
Will you be looking for venues while you're out there? I
think I might. I'll bring some cards with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a far way to go though. You'd have to be committed. Like this is
it's a 10-day that's a 10-day tour.
Yeah, I was looking up one of my good friends, Deb King. She lives in North Carolina. And like George, if we went down to Tennessee, then we went over to Georgia, it would still be another like 5 hours to get to her. And then if you think about coming back to
You have
Chicago.
to.
It's like
It's a matter of
it's like
setting up shows all along the way.
you know I do that
And there's
anyway.
only so many magic beans we can book.
I know.
You guys know
So
about the whole
actually, I
magic
think
bean thing, the worst show I ever booked, and I
we'll
can't
have
live
to
it down.
we'll have to talk about that sometime. But Laura, we're gonna have to go to out to a couple venues, and maybe you can point me in the right direction and get some names and people to contact. The best thing to do these days is to actually go into a venue and set up a meeting to talk to the manager and sit down and talk about what you have. And it's like going back to basics because the emails they're getting like 150, every quarter of people saying, hey, this is me, this is my band, this is what I do.
Yeah.
So it's really, how are you going to differentiate yourself? And that's kind of maybe go back to, sending a letter, or, making yourself different. And that's part of that is just doing marketing different. That's going one by one into people and their managers and just talking.
Mhm.
So we'll be doing some of that. Yeah. So the other place was that we went down to Bold Patriot. That was a return
Yep.
as well.
But it's now
it's
Baseline.
not
not
Bass
Baseline.
Line. I was thinking
Baseline.
Fish. I know. What's wrong with me? See, and that's why I'm not a star.
Where do I start?
I'm not a star because I can't. Things don't go in my head very well sometimes.
It was a
They
guitar
come
pick,
out.
though. It says
I had no idea. Don't even. And I think the other cool thing about this year is that you've gotten so much gear. You really have. You've outdone it on the gear. You've really invested in this in the community studio.
in the studio.
yeah.
As far as the shows go, I haven't really invested more in the show. As far as like gear for the band.
No, but open mic you did, and
Yeah.
open mic you.
But the studio I've
and-
invested.
Yeah. I think we're up to like 52, 50. We'll have to go through all
The
of your microphones.
Yeah.
We're not really willing to do that right yet, but I think next week we're going to be doing kind of an overview of some gear, which should be really fun.
Well, this was the big year of gear.
The big year of gear.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and it
was-
rhymed.
I spent a fortune on gear.
You're never supposed to tell people about how much money you spend
I
ever.
did not say. I did not say.
But you have a fortune.
It's a fortune.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to talk about the gear next time. But we do have a couple of other exciting things to talk about. We've got a couple of the music that's been done for some of our
yes.
community members.
yes,
to talk
and
about that?
music coming up
Yep.
that's going to be done soon.
Yep.
We in the last couple of weeks we have managed to get 2 artists done
On their very
their
first mastered single.
and the masters came back.
Yep.
They were approved. Everybody's all set on those. See what they do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Had more people in the studio. Now it's like, I've got lots of songs for Dave.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's at least 3 of them.
Didn't he have 2 songs? Yeah,
I think
he had
there's probably 2.
Two or
And
so.
we're gonna get those done.
Yep.
That's this week is
Right, with Dave.
yeah. While you are out having fun,
I know.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
be stuck. I'm
Flying.
gonna be stuck here in my favorite place with a
Dave.
nice iced white chocolate mocha, and Dave coming through the speakers
It'll be
and
good. It'll
and
be
doing
good.
lots of mixing and
Mhm.
working on that.
Yeah.
And got a bunch of stuff for Dan to come up
Mhm.
with too. And
Yep. So we have 3 singles that are done. We've got
4.
Everything as You Know It. Everything as You Know It could be
Know It to Be.
Know It to Be. So look up. We should probably put that in there. Everything as You Know It to Be by Avol, AVOL. And that's already out on Spotify. We'd love it if you followed her. She's one of
Yeah.
our community members.
She is really talented.
Yep,
She's
absolutely.
got something really special.
Yep.
Very
Yeah,
different.
we're pretty blessed to have her in our life. It's extraordinary.
Mhm.
Um,
The others
and
haven't
then-
gotten their stuff
no,
released.
but we'll let you know.
Well, a couple of them have. Young Isaac has
Isaac, yep.
released his, and
And that's Cheat Code, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
did Will Dan?
I just sent
did
him a
he ever-
message the other
Did
day.
he ever
so
put it out? Is
Will
it even
Dannon-
available?
I don't think he's put it out yet because you had it mastered. We had it mastered, so we'll have to
It's
check that one
surprising.
out.
That's a
It's
really
an
good song too.
incredible
This
song.
guy's got a great voice.
It's
Just
there was no tuning on his voice. He's pretty incredible.
yeah. Not that I tune everybody up like I don't.
No, but
I don't
I mean,
go
you do.
drastic.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, every once in a while you touch up a note where something is just perfect, but just wasn't quite there, and you touch that up, but with Will there was nothing.
So what we're gonna do, and I think we've talked about this numerous times, is we're gonna have, when we release one of the songs from the community, we're gonna have them come in and get to know you. You could shoot us some questions that you might like to ask them.
What I'm thinking would be great is if we took the back half of the room, get up the curtains, set up a recording setup.
Mm-hmm.
They can play a live version of their song.
Absolutely.
We could have an acoustic version of it, and then we can roll the real final master,
right,
and then talk with them, because we want to celebrate these things. Because you know, in life, if you wait to celebrate until like you're famous, like I did that. I kept saying, you know, my parents would like say, "Hey, you want to celebrate whatever?" And like, no, I'm going to celebrate when I have the recording contract.
Yeah.
And then when I was given a recording contract and I wouldn't sign it because the lawyer said it was a nightmare contract, you know, you lost all those years that I could have celebrated something of all these songs that I had created long ago. So we want to help these people get in the moment, celebrate what they've done.
Them. Yep. So we'll send out information about Avils and Young Isaac, the cheat code one. That's a really fun one. And they're all so different. I think that's what's been fun about open mic, is that everybody's different and it's such an eclectic group, and they're great, you know.
But I don't really think of it like as open micers.
No, I don't.
Because when you think of open micers, you think of, you know, there's good and there's bad. But we're working with people that have a gift.
Yeah.
You know, and they're sharing their gift.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited to be just doing something with them and putting the stuff to use that we have here, because we have so much stuff. And
so you'll hear some names: Christian Allen Hansen, Luis Martinez, Dan Asio, Dave Nerid,
yep,
and
Larry Etchins.
Larry Etchins as well. So super excited to be working with the folks here in the Greenhouse Studios, and supporting that community. And so that's it. We're not going to have open mic again for those of you in the Illinois area. We're not going to have it until the 16th of November. So it kind of bypasses Thanksgiving. And then we're going to have one on the 30th. Then we're going to have our 2-year celebration. It's going to be on the 14th of December. We'd started on the 12th of December 2 years ago. So we've done a lot. Amazing. And we've met so many great people, and we're looking forward to celebrating. So that's it. Okay.
Well, no videos for you tonight or anything like that, but just kind of getting together. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah. And Shirley, if you'd like to send him a gift card, you can do it through his email if you want to. She said, you know, I'll have to send you a Starbucks gift card for your ice white chocolate mocha. You're the sweetest. Thanks so much for coming and being with us tonight. And just really enjoyed having you with us.
Yes. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell some people about us, because it is a grassroots effort. You know, there is no music industry that, you know, the likes of us are going to get into.
Right.
So we're creating music for music lovers.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and happy Halloween. Bye-bye. Yes.